first episode of The Last Gamer. I've always wanted to do video game reviews for a long time, considering my large collection of games. So why not start with my favourite game of all time, Afterburner. What I've got in my hand here is the arcade PCB. Now back in 1987, even Taito, Konami and Capcom couldn't equal the power of this one board, known as X-Board, which has two 16-bit chips, a host of EEPROMs and custom Sega chips, which in its time was worth the tens of thousands of dollars. With the game's popularity as it is, it was even featured in the hit blockbuster Terminator 2. As you can see here, John Connor playing it in the arcade as the T-1000's after him.
Okay, do you know this game?
Nah, I don't know. John, not now.
Okay, if there's one thing I love about this game, it's the music. The music has to be the best part of the game. I love the game that much that I even own the soundtrack on vinyl. Unfortunately, I haven't got a record player to play it, but I don't think I want to play this baby. Okay, let's get this show on the road. The first version we're going to look at is the Sega Master System version. This is the first version of Afterburner I owned, and it's an 8-bit version. So, we can't expect much from the graphics. However, the sound's not too bad, and actually looking, the graphics aren't too bad also. Now in this version you've only got machine gun and missile. There's no throttle, and it sounds a bit weird to have a game called Afterburner with no afterburners. Now basically, you fly around an F-14 Thundercat, going from stage to stage. Yes, that's right, there's no Tomcat. Due to copyright, Sega could not use that name. Now in the Master System version you also fight large planes at the end of every 5th or 6th stage, depending on where you are in the game. The other problem with the Master System version, the stages are way too long, some of them taking 4 minutes to complete, compared to the arcade with 30 seconds. Okay, let's move on to the Commodore 64 version. Eesh, this version's pretty bad. There's about there's 4 colours. As you can see, this is one of the worst conversions of an arcade game the 64 has produced. Not only can you not make out the missiles coming towards you, but you can barely aim a lock-on target on the planes. The ground and sky, you can't even make them out. The other problem is it has to load every single stage, and then when you've used all your lives to go back to stage 1, you've got to flip the cassette, rewind it, press play to reload, and then start the game again. Quite annoying. Okay, let's look to the Commodore 64's big brother, the Commodore Amiga. This cannot let me down. Alright, now this is what I'm talking about. At least it looks like the arcade. Now this version that I'm reviewing is the American version, Afterburner USA it's also known as. Now this is actually quite good. It is a little bit jerky, but the music's not too bad. Only 4-channel sound, so what more can you expect? Don't mind this version. We're not going to cover all the versions of Afterburner. We're going to leave out the Spectrum, the Amstrad, the Sharp 68000, the FM Towns, the PC Engine, and the NES, which wasn't licensed from Sega, and Tengen made it. Yes, it was on Nintendo. A Sega product on Nintendo back in 1988. Okay, let's look at the Mega Drive version. Now this is Sega's baby. The Mega Drive version was known to be one of the best versions of Afterburner for its time. 16-bit graphics, stereo sound, what more could you want? However, the sound was poorly sampled compared to the arcade. One, it wasn't in stereo, it was sampled in mono. However, the graphics were a little bit bland, lacking the finer details of the arcade. All in all, quite a good game. Playability definitely there. Not too bad. And instead of looking at the 32X, we're going straight to the Sega Saturn. A lot smoother than 32X, and look, arcade perfect. The Saturn, one of the most underrated consoles in video game history, is phenomenal. Afterburner looks, sounds and plays like the arcade. It is phenomenal. This has to be hands down the best conversion on the home console. If you don't own a Sega Saturn, go out and buy one now just for this game. This game is phenomenal. I can't believe it. Finally, an arcade perfect version of Afterburner. Where's it been? Look at all the other versions. They're crap in comparison. Now, the best thing Sega could have done is release this flight stick. Mainly used for Afterburner, but it's also used for Space Harrier. It's used for other games as well. You've got your guns, missiles up the top, you use your throttle on the buttons. Not only that, you can undo these screws and move the stick to the left or the right hand side. So it's quite good. Now we're going to the next generation, Afterburner on the PlayStation 2 with its Emotion engine. And this has to be good. Looks okay. Oh no. Yep, it's crap. Look at it. It moves like... Oh, this is frustrating. It's way too quick. Look at it. It moves so poorly. The missiles look garbage. The plane looks out of proportion. And the way the missiles come to you, it's like they're homing on you. No, this gets the thumbs down. PlayStation, you are a good console. Sega should not have gone ahead and made this on PlayStation. They should have just left it alone. Okay, let's look at Afterburner Climax on the PSN and the Xbox Live. Now this version's pretty sweet. Actually, this version is awesome. It came out on the arcade originally in 2006 on the Lindbergh system. Never thought it'd go to console, and guess what? Lo and behold, it's downloadable content, and it is amazing. Now this is what I call arcade perfect. In fact, better than arcade perfect. It's high definition and widescreen. Okay, so this about wraps up the home consoles. So what can top this? So they're the home versions of Afterburner. And now the moment you've all been waiting for. The deluxe Afterburner arcade machine. Now this gets me excited.